by junior captain Jacie Jermier of the Marquette women's soccer team. Jacie, thanks for coming on the show.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Let's get right into your own performance this season. A year ago, you had 3 assists through 19 games. So far this year, you've started all 12 games. You've scored 4 goals and recorded an assist. You're second on the team in points scored with 9. How has the game plan and style of play this year really allowed for you to be successful offensively?
Well, it's a completely different team this year. I mean, we lost a large chunk of our seniors last year. So with that just came a new role. Like, I wasn't expected to play in the back because they didn't recruit me to play they recruited me for midfield forward, but I had to fill a role, and that was in the back line. And so one thing that Marcus and Frank hit home is, our back line, the players back there play 90 minutes. They're the core of the team. The defense has to be strong. And so that's allowed me to really ease into this year because I've gotten the experience now. I have games under my belt that I didn't have before because I wasn't playing a lot the years before and was injured a couple years before that. So that's definitely helped me, for myself, feel more comfortable. And then this is just a different atmosphere on the team. So playing with players that I have played, like my group, the seniors this year. I've been playing with some of those girls since I was a sophomore in high school. So that helps too, obviously, with team atmosphere. And the sophomores, I've been able to play, a lot of them are playing now, and I've played with them for a year. So I think it's just, there's a different type of chemistry, so yeah.
You mentioned it. Coach Roders has even said it, that this year's squad is different from last year's. But who from a season ago has really stepped up and improved themselves this year?
I think Mary Luba has stepped up. She was a huge player last year, but has even stepped up more this year. Liz Bartels has stepped up, is playing a big role for us now. Haley Fritzland in the back has always been a strong component for our back line. Amanda Engel in goal. We have a lot of players that have been playing a lot of minutes for a few years now, so they've even stepped their game up. And then players like Darian Powell, who's fresh off some injuries from last year, is giving us some good minutes. So it's definitely a collective. It's collective work rate from everybody.
Now, looking at how this team's performed this year, the Marquette women's soccer team was ranked 15th in the country coming into the season. And through the first 8 games of the year, the team went 2-5-1, 3 of those losses coming at Valley Fields. How are you and your teammates were able to keep your heads up during that stretch and that unsuccessful start, especially with those home losses headlined by that heartbreaker against UWM?
Yeah, the coaches were always positive. They were saying, they would say all the good things that we did, and then we would talk about and work through things at practice that we need to work on. Because we do have a large portion of our team is new too, that it's more so figuring things out and what do you expect the other player next to you is going to do. So a lot of the times it was just that and the chemistry. But they also told us we were playing good teams. Minnesota is a good team. Northwestern is a good team. All these teams are winning. And so when we were finally getting out of the losing streak and getting wins under our belt, they were, giving us all these team stats, like Wisconsin when we played in an exhibition match. They had just gone out to Seattle and beat Portland, which is a great team. And so all these teams were on winning streaks. So I think they, really instilled in us, like, we're not winning right now, but we're also playing really good teams. And so it's good for us to challenge ourselves and learn from them and move on. So.
And since that opening stretch, the team's won 4 straight games now, including a terrific 1-0 victory over number 16 Kansas, in which you scored the game-winning goal. What's changed recently to allow that turnaround?
I think it took a while to figure out where everybody fits best in what positions. I think a big part of it is, Liz Bartels, we had her in probably 4 different positions, but now we're like, okay, she fits best up top. She gives us the most she can up top. Sliding freshmen in there like Ellie, that can give us something different.
Okay. Now looking at, you guys have 7 more games left on the schedule, 4 on the road and 3 at home. What is this team going to have to do? You're already 2-0 in the Big East. what are you going to have to do to kind of end the season on a high note and win your 6th straight Big East Conference title?
It just comes with, our coaches always say, you got to grind it out, especially on the road when things are harder because you've traveled, the legs are heavier, and just grinding it out, working, getting the work rate in, and everything else comes along with that. They always bring back our days at Whitcomb in preseason, and the 4 days we do there, and it's like, okay, this is the time to think about all that work you put in that pays off now at the end of the season when you have some bumps and bruises and stuff.
All right, well, thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you.
We wish you luck Thursday at St. John's, and we hope that you and the team have a successful end of the season, and that will do it for us.